These are the green.
Yep. Totally.
Hello, this is Michael Deichman, Mike D. and Summerfield from Texas at the CSI Texas State Championships, brought to you by CSI and Bad Boys TV and OBQs as always.
Who else? Lippman Lights.
Lippman Lights, yes, and Lippman Lights. That's
that wasn't
right.
Like
well
I wasn't
done.
criticizing
I
you. I
felt,
was just excited.
It felt
I'm
very
excited.
critical. We are into teams right now. We got the double screen going on. I think we're finding that to be, I hate to say best because if things get slow, we'll switch it around. But it's a nice little view. I like it. If you hate it, say so in the chat room, and we'll censor you.
Tell us what you hate in the chat room.
Yeah, tell us what you really hate in the chat room.
We got a couple teams here. We have APN, and APN is out of, looks like Shreveport primarily.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah. All right. And Katy, Texas. Pretty much everybody out of Katy here. That team is called Justice. So pretty excited to be here with
Justice
Mike
is
D.
in the green.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt. Yes.
No, not at all.
I'm excited to be here with you. I'm so excited I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah. Do it, man.
Do it, man.
Do it.
We are working on getting the YouTube going so we can see the chats.
We're live. So, yeah, let us know what you're seeing, what you're liking, what you're not. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Like Mike was saying, we've been here for a while. Singles is done. We're on a team now. So all team events. And we got a bunch of pool coming your way this weekend. So tune in. Please hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate that. Like and subscribe, ring the bell.
Thank you, Wambra. Appreciate you. It looks like we missed a whole bunch. I'm not actually going to go back in the comments too much. We're just going to go from here. So if there were any questions anybody had, make sure to post them again.
Hey, thanks, Wambra. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, I like that guy. Oh, man. You don't say short side and not mean it. Definitely caught himself short side. Oh, well, sorry, playing the stripes. It looks like got around.
I know. I'm trying to figure out the math on what you're saying, and it's not computing. Nice. Okay. He's got shape on the 9-ball, and then on the table on the right, he's going for the 15 now. It's really his only open ball that he can get to. All right. It looks like on the right-hand side, we got a 10-ball and a 13 on the top locked up. Solids are definitely the better balls, and I don't know how any of these guys play, but the table on the right is definitely a runnable table.
Well, we can probably kind of find out.
What division do you think this is?
Gray shirt. This is Donnie Weathersby.
Okay.
And Donnie is a 641.
Okay.
He's at a TKS Tavern and wants to give a shout out to Miranda Weathersby.
Well, I would say these guys can play then.
Yeah, absolutely.
641's no slouch. All right, so 4 on the side on the right-hand side. Oh, 3 in the corner, excuse me, and he's trying to get shape on the 6. It didn't work out. On the left, he's cutting the 14 in.
Back cut.
And trying to reverse, use draw to go straight left and then right and sit under the 8
around.
Oh, he's going around, isn't he? That was smooth.
That was a pretty shot.
That was really pretty.
Look out, corner pocket, leaves himself long, but after this run, I mean, he hasn't made it easy on himself, but he's really got around really well.
Yes. If I'm warmed up and feeling good, I like this shot.
I do too. It's a big pocket.
If I'm cold and nervous, this is not my favorite shot.
Yep. Do you think the finger flick is indicative of a quality player?
Yes, I have noticed it to be quality.
I actually
of
think so
a
too.
Quality player, yes.
And the reason I say that is that I think that when you develop, I don't want to call it a tick in a critical way, but a tick like that, I think that it's indicative of playing long enough that you're comfortable enough that you are almost like distracting yourself, like allowing your nervous energy to go to a place that doesn't cloud your mind.
Yeah, I'll buy that. For me, I've just noticed that the guys that do that usually play pretty good.
Yep.
And gals. It's an indication of good control of your bridge hand. You have lots of dexterity and
totally.
You're feeling it.
So APM taking an early lead, going up 1-0.
Going to 1.
Again, this team format, we're playing a round robin format. The Platinum Division is broken into 4 groups of 6 teams. Every team will play everyone else on the team once. Oh man, I can't believe he got around that ball.
Wow.
I thought he was getting a good hit for sure.
Yeah.
Let's watch this replay. It did look like it bent around that ball. Whoa. Couldn't have been much closer.
That was pretty amazing. Yeah, and then they do the round robin.
So round robin, at the end of it, the top 2 teams from each category go into a single elimination tournament, and then 8 wild card teams are going to be selected as well. So as many wild cards will be selected as regular teams, the top 2 teams, and they're all going to go into a single elimination. Yeah.
All right, riddle me
Single
this.
elimination
Riddle me
tournament.
this, okay?
Yeah.
What?
What's that?
I would. That'd be really nice. Thank you.
Did you say something non-alcohol? Yeah. I'll take an orange juice. That'd be great.
Thank you, Rick. Ooh, nice
Thanks,
on
Rick.
the 13 ball. All right, let me get this straight. There's groups of round robins, round robin groups.
Yep.
There's 4 of them. Okay. Out of each group, which there's 4 of, 2 of the teams are going to pass through to the top. That's how we end up with 8 teams in the tournament. In the next tournament that's single
There's going to be
elimination.
16 teams in the
I'm
next
getting to
tournament.
that. And then not only is there those 8 teams that won it, there's 8 wild card teams that are also invited to play in the single elimination tournament.
Yes.
How are they chosen? How are they invited? Will you explain that?
Well, it's a performance-based selection, which made me wonder when I heard the rules of it. So are we taking the top 4 teams? Because if it's performance-based, it seems like it would be the top 4 from each group would go. I think what Rick is allowing is for teams that perform especially well, that fall below that mark, to still be invited. And I really don't know. That's going to be a question for Rick Jones, and honestly something that we should ask him. I know that they are making the selection. I think that one of the reasons they're keeping it that way is that they really want everyone committed to playing all 15 games and no one. So I was talking to the guys in the last one. They were down 5-1. They came back and won 8-7, but it turns out they were given a 4-game spot. So they lost that match, but the fact that they came back, they hadn't realized that was going to help towards their all-around to go towards a wild card spot. Yeah. I think they'll do better and probably won't need to get a wild card spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll have to ask Rick, though.
Yes, I know that I think, and I don't know if Rick will say this, but I think that Nice Shot, one of the reasons for that is because they reserve the right to say that they think Jim Bob on your team is dumping because he wants to lower his Fargo score. Because there's been issues with people entering round-robin tournaments so that they could get lots of robustness that takes them the wrong direction so they could dog a lot and have their Fargo go down. I wonder if this is a way to combat that.
I think that that's the intention, but I guess I don't understand how, if somebody's intentionally dumping, how that would put them in a category that's more likely to be selected as the wild card to start with. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I think having a performance-based kind of sets it up, but it does allow for him to have the option to say, nope, you're unsportsmanlike, you are for a variety of different reasons.
Right.
Womber likes the thumbnail instead? Okay. Interesting. And speaking of which, I'm going to go back to table 1 while they're in, because I think this rack's going to finish first. They're still waiting to break there, and solids have a really nice looking table here. So this is Justice. Let's see if we can get a read on who this is. You know, it's a lot harder because we're looking more at their shoes than their head. I like that people are described by their head and not their shoes, but it does make it tough. That looks like a black hat to me. $1,638. That is a black hat. And you know what that means?
The nice lady that filled that out I feel like, did a pretty good job of describing people.
Where is it? I swear I just saw black hat.
All right, and this is from the 6 to the 3, and the 8 ball looks beautiful. I would not want to be flat on the 3 ball. I would hit the 6 ball harder than I normally would because I want to get backup tables. So when I hit that 3 ball, I have a little bit of a cut. Yeah, I would do it a little harder than that is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I would have wanted to be about 10 inches farther away from the rail. Especially on the 8 ball. I like to be really close on the 8 ball, especially in teams because I'm scared. Teams make me nervous. afraid I'm going to dog it for
Man.
my friends.
That's a nice shot. Yeah,
That
way
was
to
a
play
great
through
shot. That was a great shot. Yeah, good speed. Womber, can't imagine wanting a fake Fargo. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Plus, I mean, I'd go farther than that. I want my Fargo super high and everyone to know it. I'm going to tattoo it on my forehead. Yeah, if I get to 720, watch out. I'm getting a face tattoo. I'm going to look like the
that's
game.
pro, right?
I'm going to look like the game where he has LA. I'm going to put 720. Now what?
Mike,
Right?
do you have an artist in mind? I don't know if you know, but I do a little bit of amateur tattooing.
You know what? I think this is exactly the type of tattoo that calls for amateur tattooists. So this might turn out perfect.
Screams
Listen,
amateur
can
for
we
sure.
do it in Eugene?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then we're
Without a
perfect.
doubt.
Then we're perfect.
Do you like an outdoor tattoo situation, or are you
I
more of an
do.
indoor
I
guy?
do.
Great.
As long as there's. Do you have one of those lights that kills bugs?
I do.
Okay, then I'm in.
I'll give you a racket,
Because
too.
I want it to be sanitary. All right, this is a little breakout. Okay. Oh, this is the delay.
Yeah. Oh, he got the breakout.
I like it.
I can see into the future.
I just want to mention the OBQ's area over there is looking pretty fancy. It's looking pretty neat. They got some beautiful cues. There's big things coming. They got their own chalk now.
Right.
Seriously.
Pretty
OBQ's
cool.
one of the original low deflection shafts.
It's
I
true.
feel like one of the two companies that led the way in low deflection shafts.
And now not doing laminated shafts anymore.
Right, right.
Which was really interesting to me because that,
Yeah.
I mean, really was the bread and butter. That's a really
Yes.
smart shot right there. I was really wondering how he was going to get to that 8-ball. And I'm a little afraid of the outcome, but I think he set himself up for a nice shot. I kind of like to play this with high inside, high right, and I hope that I catch and come between the 13-8. What do you think?
Well, I like to use center draw with this, and I think the 2-ball and the cue ball are not in optimum position to make this shot work. I'm afraid he's going to end up on the rail. Oh, now that's pretty
Going around
smooth,
it?
though.
Yes, it was.
I didn't think of going like that.
Well, I didn't think about that because
I
I
was
hit
gonna
that ball
punch
too
it.
hard. He threw
Yeah.
that perfectly.
That was well done.
Yes, sir. Happy
Hey.
Friday is right. Wombro, we're going to talk about that face tattoo. Never say never. Nice. And APM, yeah, pulling it down. Going to
Nice.
2-2. We're going
Good
back to
for
table
them.
1. Nice shooting. Nice cut in the
All
side
right,
there.
All right.
Yeah, those green shirts, they do stand out. Visible in traffic.
Right?
Easy to
Seriously.
identify on the
Yes,
stream.
yes. High vis. I think in the business they call them high vis.
High vis.
I think if you're a construction guy, a worker man, as my mom likes to call him, if you're a worker man, you call them high vis shirts.
Your mom says worker
Do you
man
know
a
what
lot?
viz stands for?
Vista.
Visibility.
Vistability.
She used to.
Visibility.
Yes, yeah. And she would say it a lot to my son. Is when it really came up. Is when she. That's a worker man. Because he was working like a man.
There's a worker man.
Yeah.
All right.
Is what it is.
Your mother is from Portland?
Yes, she is.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's hard to walk away from.
Summer sometimes is like, oh, we could go on for hours like this. Let's not though.
It's true.
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
And I like to know my boundaries. And it's easy to get too playful about certain sensitive topics, you know. And everybody's mama deserves love and respect. That's for
right.
sure.
That's right.
It wouldn't surprise me if my mama was listening right now from
Oh,
Dillon,
that's very
Montana.
nice. My dad listens a lot. Yeah, that's nice.
She is. I send you all the love, Marie Habener. She's my favorite. She's as good as they get. Nice shot. So we did a gold division last time, and we're watching a platinum division team this time. And you really do see the difference. Both. I mean, everybody out there has players that can play, but just a lot more control of the table, shorter inning games, and yeah, it's fun to watch. I like
agree.
them both. They're
I
exciting
agree.
for different reasons.
I agree. Yes. I like when it's the lower skill levels. I really like that they're having a chance to get on a live stream I know what that's like. I know the butterflies,
Totally.
and seasoning is a real thing, and it hurts. Seasoning's painful too. I mean, so getting up there and dogging it on the camera when your girlfriend's watching, as painful as that is the definition of seasoning. I really believe that, and that's how after a while you stop worrying about it and just play, because after a while you realize the world went on
Totally.
and everything was okay. But for the world to move on, you have to do it and then see that it moves on and get over it.
Yep.
Seasoning.
It's easy to do the everybody's watching, and oftentimes you're going to realize, nobody's really watching. It is a big deal for you, and I'm glad it means a lot, but nobody cares. And the same is true when you win, and that's it. You really have to figure out where you want those victories and losses to live in your life, and the players that I enjoy the most are the ones that kind of recognize we're playing a game here.
Right.
It's awesome to take seriously, and it's nice to have space in your life to treat it with an amount of severity.
Yeah.
You really want to make it happen, but
Yep.
at the end of the day, can we be friends still?
Right.
Can we?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. I heard you give the seasoning conversation to a Scotch doubles partner that came back here, and I really like that.
She sometimes people really say at the end, "Oh, I just did horrible. I'm so embarrassed," and things like that. Yeah, and I think it's important to really keep that in perspective. That
Yeah.
you're kind of supposed to. I had somebody tell me once, "How do I keep it from bothering me when I lose games? I go home and it just makes me miserable." And I said, "Well, that's how you get to be a better pool player."
Yep.
Some people don't care and they stay the same level of pool player, which is fine. I'm like that with ping pong. If I go play ping pong tonight and suck, I won't ever think about it again. And I'm never going to be very good at ping pong, But I mean, that's part of the game. Is it hurts to get good. It is what it is.
I will destroy you in ping pong.
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Not really. I do like ping pong though. That's a nice try. Still didn't have much of a pocket for that 4-ball. Might have tried the bank.
Yeah. Yeah. If I told you I liked friendly ping pong, would you know what I meant?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I like friendly ping pong. I like friendly tennis.
I'll sweat playing tennis. I don't really typically enjoy ping pong where I'm going to end up sweating. And I have a lot of friends who are like, they're going to pop a layer off once they start playing.
This is happening.
And there's a lot of motion.
Wow, yeah.
And I like hitting the ball back and forth.
I
you know
like
what
hitting
a
the ball
win
back
is for
and
me?
forth. Yeah, what's that?
It's when we both hit the ball back and forth
right.
a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Me
a
too.
volley?
Yeah, then
Is
it
that
was
what that's
neat.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
volley, yeah. Yes. Similar to hacky sack. I just want to keep the ball in the air.
Totally.
Then I'm having a good time. Let's team up and make this happen,
I'm into it.
He came up too low on that, and that's too bad. He's got 5 balls on the table that are pretty open in a lot of ways, and, yeah, he found the one spot where he's got an issue.
It is a
I'm
tough
sure
spot.
he's not happy about this, and he's thinking about
I think he's
safety.
playing safe.
He's got
Well
good cue ball
executed
control.
safe. That was a great shot.
That was great cue ball control.
Can't tell who that is.
He looked around and realized he had a problem, and he just did what needed to be done immediately. Yeah, that guy plays good, whoever he is. Lone Ranger?
Lone Ranger?
He's out
Is
of
that
here.
who it is?
Yeah, he's out of here. He's left before you can tell him thanks.
That's the truth.
Right.
One of the reasons that I really like all levels to be able to play on the TV table is that the first time you play on the TV table, I don't care who you are, you're going to get nervous.
Oh.
And the second time you play, you're going to get less nervous. And I think everybody has a right to that sort of seasoning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
No, I agree. Yeah, I have seen places, organizations only let the really popular strong players onto the stream, and I understand why that might be the knee-jerk reaction, but it's not what's best for the pool community.
So here's an argument for that, and that is, do you think it's better for viewership to have matches that people are more likely to be intrigued in? We have people that jump on the stream and they're like, wait a minute, I thought I was watching upper level pool, not recognizing this is an amateur tournament. Wow.
Nice try. I think
he almost 3-rail back
that was
that
amazing.
ball in.
I think you need a hodgepodge of stuff that's on there, because you do need the strong players, but you need
sure.
the other levels too. And I would say that if you're if you are looking to casually watch some pool on YouTube that you don't have any personal connection to, like if you're not from Texas or whatever, you're probably you're gonna watch less than 3 hours of that anyway. Find the pros and find the strong players and watch them.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch the lower level players if you're not into it.
I
It's not
agree.
like we're making you watch 72 hours of it. Realistically, you ain't gonna watch 3 hours of the CSI Texas
Yeah.
State Championship. You can pick the matches you want. If you like the strong players, pick the strong players. Maybe you like watching the women. Who could be just as strong, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
I mean, pick what you want. I think there needs to be a hodgepodge. That's why I think Rick is in such a great position to do this and have an amazing YouTube channel because
Yeah,
he's
I
got
think so,
Derby
too.
City Classic, he's got Worlds,
Yeah.
he's got, Arizona and Oklahoma and, yeah, and Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny
Western
coming in
BCA?
as one of the bad boy commentators after the bad boy commentators have kind of been doing this. One of the things one of the guys at APN said was, "You guys going to be nice to me this time?" And I was like, "We're gonna, be as nice as we ever are." And he's like, "Well, Oklahoma, you sure weren't nice to me." And I was like, "Well, I can definitely tell you that wasn't me." And I hear what you say, but I get it. I think that's one of the fears of a lot of these players. They already feel scrutinized by their team, by the spectators, by
Yes,
themselves,
yes,
and they think there's going to be some joker in the booth talking trash about them too. And that's certainly not what I'm here for. Yeah, I love watching pool. I love watching all levels of pool. And yeah, when I'm turning it on YouTube at home, I'm probably going to watch the pros. I'm probably going to watch One Pocket. That's what I like to watch. But I just like pool in general, man. And the triumphs of lower level pool, I really enjoy.
yeah. Yep, me too.
Cinderella story.
And I think a lot of these are for, the parents and the families, the kids, the boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands.
Totally.
To be able to watch, for the players to be able to watch later. There's a lot of value in this that doesn't have to do with entertaining the masses, and that's still okay. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I watch myself play pool.
Yeah, I
and
watch.
you know what
yeah,
that looks a lot like? This.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, at my house on Sundays, we watch a retrospective of all my matches. I
Yeah.
make the kids. Now it's only from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Just the
But
kids or your wife too?
Just the kids. Just the kids. She did it for the first couple years, but she's bowed out now.
And you
and-
stopped calling it church.
Yes.
Do you do your own music? Do you have a...
I know, but I do. I commentate over it.
You d-
Yeah, I do.
the
I
whole
want them to
time.
really understand.
Not
I
the
want them to
92
get all the
match
test.
again.
I want them to get all the test questions right. You
You're
know
right.
what I mean? So I feel like I need to really highlight stuff.
And that's a big test. You guys do that monthly, right?
No, well, no, that's weekly. It's at
That's
the
a
end
weekly.
of the
Those are
usually
quizzes.
8:30 to 9.
Yeah, Philip, I think you're totally right. I hope you know we're not saying anything critical. I think a lot of players like watching that too. And I think part of it is it's relatable. I
agree,
don't
yeah.
think that, let's say, a B player versus an A player versus a master. I don't think that a B player is necessarily going to learn as much from a master because there are certain leaps that they haven't made yet. Where I think there's a lot of times that they're going to learn more from an A player, and then once they develop those skills, then they're going to understand the subtleties of learning that next level of
I
pool.
agree.
It's hard to absorb all that information. And just in the way you talk about it, you hear some people talk about it, and you're like, oh, you're in a different place than I am.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
I played this fella, and he shoots good as well. This is with Justice. I say right before he missed the ball. I'm sorry. I don't remember his name. We're going to find it, though. But like we said, these guys are out of Katy, Texas.
Boy, shape on the 8 is a little tough here.
Yep,
Oh,
trying to
that's
roll
going to
around.
work. That's going to work. That's going to work. Good job. I like it. Should I check the score? Do you think we're at 2-2? You feeling good about
you
that?
know, this has been a long game. I could very well have missed a game
All right,
change over
check
here.
it out. I'm going to go check it out. Nice,
Nice
shoot,
shot.
Tex.
All right, APM. We think taking a 3-2 lead. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
whenever
going
you
to go
get a
double
chance.
check just because it's easy to do.
And we are going to go back to table 2. Oh, man, Womber, you don't want to be watching me. Got way better things to do with your time, I tell you what. Looking like a tricky table here. You know, we started 10 ball this week and went to 8 ball, and I always like the opposite because I usually play 8 ball and then they take a bunch of balls off the table, and I'm so relieved, especially on these 7-footers. I just feel like there's all this room. This week we went to the clutter, and man, oh man, I think it's just my big old, I want to say big old stroke. I'm not trying to say that I stroke the ball really well. I'm just saying I don't control the cue ball all that well. So I'm used to playing on a larger table, and it makes the challenge of the small tables even greater for me. But I really enjoy the touchy safety play of 8 ball. It reminds me of one pocket, and for any players that played me this week, they probably recognized, oh my gosh, it didn't get a rail, and it looked like he hit that totally firm enough to get there. I'm sure they're going to recognize that. Yeah, just watch the replay and confirming that definitely didn't get a rail. That should be ball in hand for APM. How we looking? 3-2?
Yeah, I think that's right. They don't have the total scores written down, and they're really busy over there, so I'm trying not to get in their way.
Got it.
I'll go check again here soon.
So they did realize that was ball in hand?
Oh, okay. We had a thing happen, huh?
We did. It looks like this is that purple? All right, I'll buy that. This is Sherry Myers, purple shirt. Sherry is the only girl on the team, and she says somebody has to keep these jokers in line. I hope it works out for you there, Sherry. Congratulations. She plays at a TKS Tavern as well as everybody on this team. And one of the things that they were kind of proud of is that this is their normal team. They didn't just make a team to come to this tournament, but this is their weekly. This is who plays on their team every single time.
No, that's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
That's pretty cool, man.
And I understand the pride of that. You know, you could stack a team. You could do everything you can to put together the dream team from your area, but sometimes it's nice to play with the people you know the best and stick with them. I love that.
I agree. Jeremy's got a fancy cue case that looks like something I want to travel with.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Radically unnecessary, but yeah, definitely.
You sound like my wife. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Thanks,
Radically on what?
What are you talking about?
I was just thinking I desperately need that.
Mike, you're only taking 4 cues. This
Right,
holds
yeah,
112.
seriously, what are you doing?
Come on.
Michael, why is the baggage fee $380? The flight was $210.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, babe.
Just worry. All right, and that brings. No, you know what? I must have been wrong. Because that was. No, that's right. Not sure who's coming in here, though. For Justice, it's so hard when you can only see their lower half. I'll quit talking about it, but. All right, he does have shorts. Boy, you got me. Maybe he took his hat off. That's a hard one when the hat's the identifier. I look like hat head to you?
I think he had a hat on.
Well, all right.
Let me go tap him on the shoulder and ask him. Have you ever worn a hat, sir?
Earlier.
Would you like to wear a hat?
Jeremy Jones, what do you know?
Jeremy, I like your cue case, man. That is fancy. Where's the guy get something like that?
They don't make them anymore.
They don't make them anymore, so you get them nowhere.
Yep, you get them nowhere.
All right.
You get him nowhere. Who made that one?
Q and Case used to sell that.
Really?
Yeah, it's it's a 24 by 50.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a lot of cues.
12 by 24 too.
I have got to figure out a way to transport my cues in a better way than what I'm doing. I got 3 bags I'm bringing with me, backpack, carry-on, and check luggage, and I got to figure out a better way to go about it. I swear to God.
There's got to be a better way.
Right.
Hockey stick on the plane.
Isn't that
Can
crazy?
you really?
Yeah.
Can you take a hockey stick on the plane? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but not a pool cue.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is what happened to my luggage on the way here. Those are holes. Got like drugged behind the.
Yeah, Blaine.
And that's my cue case.
Yeah, it literally did. And it got left outside. They had to go outside and find it.
It was wet. in that.
Yeah.
And they charged me for it.
He couldn't.
They wouldn't even refund my check
His baggage didn't come down. He said, "Where is it?" They couldn't find it. Had to go look for it and brought it back wet and scraped up. It was literally outside in the rain.
That was
Delta.
I don't want to name names on air, but United
Oh, okay.
was who did that. Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that the one that they beat that guy up and drug him out of the plane?
Matter of fact,
It could have been.
matter of fact, it
Could've been that
was.
one.
Not brought
Well,
to
they
you in
drug his
part.
bag out of the plane and beat it up. This time, they're not messing with people anymore. But you better
Yeah.
watch your bag.
Did your bag say something to him?
Right, exactly. He's got one of them mouthy bags.
What's your bag do?
Speaking of things you don't want to say on air.
Out loud.
Out loud, yeah.
Holy Toledo.
All right. Oh, nice. Boy, I thought that 14 was going to go off the 13 on that left-hand side table. Looks like on the left-hand side, the 15 is tough. Oh, my gosh. That was a great shot. And he's got shape on the 8.
Oh, don't you dare.
Or he scratched. No, he's got
Don't
shape
you
on the
dare.
8.
Wow.
This shot is is this 8 feet long? What's diagonal of 7 feet, do you think? 7.5 feet?
Oh, I think it's closer to 8 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just saying, this is a long shot.
It is. And yeah, it seems like a gimme, but man, oh man, I can't tell if that 8 blocks part of the pocket. It looks pretty open. But still, you really want to bear down and make sure you make this shot.
Yep.
Yep, I like bridging from a ways away.
Is he punching it, Summer?
Yeah, man, I sure don't like jacking up on this.
Give me a second. I'm gonna run out
put
there
my
and tell him
cue
to
on
shoot
the
this
rail.
nice and smooth and don't punch it.
Put it on the rail, bud. Nice.
That was a great
Beautiful,
shot.
right through the jaws.
I think he heard me.
It's nice you said something.
Well,
The other team doesn't think so, but that brings up the end of this game here. And this is the black hat on Justice.
oh. I feel like these tables crossbank so good. I wonder what his odds are of making this 12 cross. Oh, is he going off the 2?
Yep.
Hey, that was nice. Good shot.
Man, that's a nice shot. Yep.
That struck me as the kind of shot that everyone on both teams has been waiting to find out. What is he going to do with the 12 ball? And now that he did it, they're like, oh, yeah,
Great shot,
you can
man.
do that.
Great shot, yeah.
I guess, yeah. We knew you were going to do that.
And this is Randy. Randy Jordan for another win.
Nice, Randy.
Looking good. Yeah, definitely take your time on this. I really
Yeah.
like to follow this ball all the way down to the head rail.
Yes, with a full stroke, right?
Yep.
Yeah, me too, man. Oops.
And that's exactly why I like to follow it all the way down to the head rail. That's, I mean,
See you guys later. Have a good night.
later, y'all. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pressure's on here. You got this back cut. 2 ball goes. I mean, you have natural shape for the 5. This is not an easy shot. Gonna take the 5 first. Do you take the 2 first?
I think taking the 5 would draw so that they're hooked on the 8 in case he misses. He's trying to hold it back.
Yeah.
I don't think it worked. Yeah, but I mean, that's what he was trying to do.
Yep.
He didn't have much confidence in making that shot, I'd say. So it's hard for me to answer that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? From what I'm seeing, that guy didn't like either one of those
I
shots,
understand.
and that's a bad position to be in.
And maybe the 2 is a lot harder from that spot.
Right,
than I thought it
exactly,
was.
exactly. Yeah. Teams is so hard.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You know, someone's got
People
the 8
talk
in
a
the
lot about
jaws
not
and,
being able to get in the rhythm, and I mean, teams,
Jeez.
very, very difficult.
Yep. Well, I have a problem because I don't want to dog it for my friends. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's just the whole team idea. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. One of my best friends, Paul Marquez, talked me to getting on a team for the first time, and then when I showed up, he wanted to know where Mike D was because I was playing awful. And I didn't know I was going to play awful. You know, I had no idea
Yeah.
what the pressure was like in teams. I dealt with pressure before, but
Yep.
yeah, not like that.
Not like the Northwest Cup.
I spent the weekend apologizing to him. Yeah, well, the Northwest Cup's on a different level. My God.
Definitely.
That's so scary. All right, so back to the action here. 4-3. I'm going to check again.
I think that's what we're at. Maybe I missed one. Well, I tell you what, this does not look like an easy table. Playing off the backside of this ball. I think trying to 5-3. Yeah, I thought there was more than a 1-game separation. All right, and Solid's looking pretty good here. Definitely ain't easy. I think the 6 ball goes. I don't think the 5 ball goes in the side.
He might be able to click that 5 ball right now if he can get past the 10.
You don't think the 10's in the way?
Well, maybe.
You can kind of do that punch forward thing where it slides and then lurches forward.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
Could almost do it now.
Yeah. Now, luckily, the 6 is there. So if you concentrate on getting low on the 6 ball, so you can break out the 5, you could just wait till that. But okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wait and see what he does.
It's a good call. Yep, play the 3 now. I'm a fan of playing safe now. A fan of thinning off the 4 ball and getting kind of in line with that 3. So they can't really get to much.
Oh, nice shot. Okay.
It's a break opportunity. High, but not too high.
Yeah, I'm afraid that the 13's in his way, but anything's possible. We shall see. I think I would be trying to get under the 6 ball so I could put the 6 in the side pocket on the right-hand side and do the breakout.
Get right about in the line with the diamond.
Yeah. But you were right. That was a breakout there, too.
Definitely a tougher shot. And unfortunately, that opens up the only stripe that really needed work.
Well, and they ended up, he's got a shot at the 9 ball now.
Mm.
Yeah. If that would have landed a little differently. Do we have Team Fargos?
Well, I can tell you what the team requirements are. I don't have their individual Fargo rates. That's a lie. I do have their individual Fargo rates. But let's see. It's a 2,900 and under. The women's is 1,350 and under. And if you have specific questions about players, go ahead and ask them. I probably won't just read out 10 different Fargo rates. I guess I could. What do you think?
Nah. I wouldn't.
Yeah, these players range from lower 4s up to about 378 up to like a 641. Interesting. 2 over 600 players with definitely a couple of lower rated players. And we kind of talked a little bit about this in Scotch. Do you feel like a whole group of 550s is going to do better than 2 600s, a 500, and some 450s?
I have found that the math is the math, I guess, is what I found.
All right.
You know what I mean? I really have.
Not a real committal response, but
well, I've seen in Scotch doubles, I've seen 2 medium players do well. I've seen 1 awesome and 1 not so awesome player do well. You know, I mean,
yeah.
I think the math is the math.
If they end up being even rated,
yeah.
if
the Fargo scores are the same, yeah.
I usually think that the 2 players that play more similar stand a better chance.
Yeah, that work.
Because I feel like a bigger Fargo,
simpatico, yeah.
Bigger Fargo gap usually means more catering to the other player.
Yeah. No, you might be right.
There you go. I thought about taking the 5 next, but this works. You can carry down, but I guess at this point you kind of need to. You don't really want to force anything.
No.
You
yeah.
can probably draw around it, but yeah.
Yeah.
And punch it, and you should be able to get a little bit of like punch follow. All right. That's a nice straight shot.
Yeah, I like it sitting there just because you're able to use the pocket as for room for your cue. I like how he's sitting.
Oh, mention giving weight. Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. Let's see what this team information gives me. This is no handicap. So the total combined Fargos here, APM comes in at a 26.17, and Justice comes in at a 25.41. And what did I say? The 2,900 was the cap? I think so. It's interesting that
nice, Justice. I'm marking Justice again. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's interesting that it was announced what the Fargo caps were, but I didn't actually hear that it was going to be handicapped. I like it. I like the way they've done all of this. In fact, I think this is the coolest team event I've ever seen. It will be even stronger once it's a little better formatted, but
Yes.
I'm really excited to be a part of this new
Oh,
event.
I agree. No, I think it's a great way to go. I have played in a lot of team events where we went 2 and out, and then there's always one person that doesn't want to play in the second chance tournament.
Heartbreaker.
Well, yeah, it took over the pocket, though. That counts. We'll see what happens here.
And I think that's Donnie Weathersby.
Okay.
That's gray shirt. Yep. And that's your strongest rated player on the field. That's a 641. You don't really expect him to miss that ball.
I agree.
But it looked like he might not have had a full pocket either. And he does take that pocket over. So.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, play that 5 and maybe see if you can set up a combo to make that 2 ball.
Ooh.
Maybe he's going to thin off the 2, make the 10, and try and hook him under the 2.
Yeah, boy, I would like that better if the cue ball was closer to the 2 ball. But yeah, I think that's a real shot. That's definitely a real shot.
Wow.
Wow.
Great
well
execution.
Played. Well played. Yeah.
Definitely leave a jump. And I do expect to see him jump unless he's a kicker, not a jumper.
I completely agree. Yeah, and every once in a while you get a guy that kicks everything, you know, but for the most part, people are going to jump that normally.
Yep.
Calvin.
Mr. Calvin.
What's up, Calvin?
What's going on up there? Everything calming down a little bit? Teams is rolling.
I think we got a 10 p.m. round with a few tables.
Have a what?
10 p.m. round here.
Yeah,
nice, nice. I think this is our last one.
Ooh. Gets a hit on there. Yep, I think we might be setting up the next round and then letting it roll.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean.
We've been here for a while. I don't think anybody's going to miss us too much. Speaking of that, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Most definitely, yeah. My gosh.
If you're watching this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, this is how we stay alive. This is how we bring you guys free streams.
Right.
Yeah. And brought to you in part by OB Custom Cues, by Diamond Billiard Products, Lippman Lights, Bad Boys Billiards.
Diamond Billiard Products? Did we say that?
Diamond Billiard Products, yeah.
Yeah.
Brought to you in part by Mrs. D. Yeah. By all of our loving families that support us. Looking good. he probably wanted to get around that ball, but I like the shot.
Four on the side, I assume?
I think
four
this
on
is
the side
probably
one.
David Holloway.
Oh, no, he's going in the corner.
Yep, all the way down.
I just assumed the side for Shape on the 1. Oh, he blocked the right pocket, though, if nothing else.
Interesting.
I like it.
Yeah, I feel like he would have had easier shape taking the 4 on the side also. But I just like those shots a little more. This is not a fun place to be for APM. But Donnie
Yeah.
Weathersby, here's where a 641 hopefully is going to be able to do something creative with this. But you're in a really tough spot.
I mean, kick into the 14 and take it up top to the top left. You know?
Yep. I feel like sometimes I decide my kicks based on what I've done wrong in the past and what I've done with frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is one where I have a tendency to bank the 14 back at the opposite corner
Uh-huh.
as opposed to cut up the rail.
Okay.
But it looks a little steep. Yeah, I mean, clipping it like that is dangerous business, and it seems like if you clip it at that angle, the cue ball and the 14 are kind of going to be traveling on the same path.
Yeah.
Probably a smarter shot to just try and cut it up the rail.
Well, I don't know.
All right, bringing out the jump cue, probably trying to pocket that 4 ball.
Good hit.
Yep.
All right.
Almost blocked the 4 ball.
So let's see what Team Justice can do here.
Yeah, I kind of like just taking the 4 to the 1. It's so natural, and the 1 back for the 8 is really easy also. I understand this, but I feel like that close to the rail, it can be hard to control that 4 ball for the 8.
It could get funny, can it? Rick Jones.
Dr. Rick Jones.
Nice shot.
Indiana Rick Jones.
That was a good shot.
Andy Rick. He looks like he's going to stay on the side of the 8 ball. Nope, trying to come around it. And yeah, it's a fortunate roll, but he put himself in a great position to be there. All right, dead straight on this 8 ball. Justice off to an early lead. Boy, one of the things that I think is really, really noticeable in teams are the swings.
Yes.
I mean, they're noticeable
yes.
in everything, but teams especially, I feel like somebody always gets out to that big lead.
Yep.
And it seems like there's always a pretty big swing back.
Yep, I agree. No, I agree. I've had some comeback stuff in teams that on paper look impossible, that when we were living it, it just seemed right. We had gone on a little streak where the whole team lost some matches, and we as a team said, this is ridiculous, and I'm going to beat these suckers. And then we as a team started beating everybody. You know, me and Cedric and Paul and Pete Gates have done some stuff. And,
dude, that team is vicious.
yeah, in Vegas we got 3rd, 5th, yeah. But a lot of those matches where we did well were, like I say, they were swing matches where there were moments where it did not look like we were going well. But, yeah, their 4 games that they won happened to be in a row. And, all of a sudden you're scared to death.
And it happens like that, especially with single games.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody playing. It's wild how that works.
Yeah, 2 tables going at the same time, too. It's fast. Yeah, you look back over there, and now you're down by 4.
One of my favorite matches that I've ever played, it wasn't a team, but it was Scotch doubles, which kind of feels like teams. And we were playing, it was just $100 a man. We were playing a race to 11, 9 ball on the big table. And we were down 9-1. And then we were down 10-2. And we came back and won that set.
Wow.
And
it
was
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
it was,
right?
And it wasn't even like we played great. We definitely started getting great rolls. And
right.
I mean, the other team definitely started thinking, oh, my God, these guys are going to come back on us. And it was I would have paid the money just to watch them have the experience of.
Right.
It's wild to watch all of us when we crumble. And, yeah, it happens to all of us for sure.
Yep.
I've been in that situation myself. On the other side, I should say.
All right, so they're just racking on the table to the left. They're just getting started on the table to the right.
Yep.
Justice versus APM.
Yeah, let's go couple fresh racks. Let's go to the split screen.
Right, I like it.
Yep, seeing quite a few dry breaks.
Right? That hurts, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. In my matches, I had some dry breaks, and it hurts. Is he on the 6 ball? I'm looking at the left-hand table. Did he get on the 6? I think that's what he was trying for. I'm afraid he rolled up a little high. Yeah, I think he's stuck taking the 2 ball. We'll see. Nope, he likes the 6, so I'm going to assume it obviously must go.
This is black shirt. I think this is Jonathan Grant.
I think the 7 ball goes in the top right-hand corner on the table to the left.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nice. Wow, that was a good draw. My gosh, that was some powerful straight draw right there.
Yeah, to
on
get
table
through
right.
that,
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
gap.
seriously.
Wambra, yes, even I crumple. Giving shouts out to Paul out there. Howdy from Sierra County, New Mexico.
Nice.
Hello, thank you all for joining us.
Hello.
And we love it and hope you guys are loving it too. It's been really fun being here. Speaking of which, what these guys are fighting for, this is a huge part of the all-around championship.
Right, it is. Yeah, it's worth a lot
That's
of
the
points.
Royce Bunnell Award for the males and the Emma Stewart Davis Award for the females. And that's the player that earns the most points in singles, 8-ball, scotch doubles, and teams. What do they win?
They win free singles entries to the World Championships, the BCA Worlds in Las Vegas.
They giving them a Q?
They get a custom OBQ.
That's crazy.
And they get a trophy.
Man, that's awesome.
Right? Yeah.
Personalized trophy. I heard him talking about the trophy ideas, and pretty awesome. All right, so it looks like APM pulling down the victory there on the left, taking the score to 7-4. That's 11 games total if you're not into math. And we're going to go highlight table number 2. We got 4 to go. And this is jacked up over that ball, drills it. Nice shot. From Justice, both of them say the only female. This is Casey Mink. She's a 472. She can shoot.
Yeah, she plays good. She was also in charge of all the paperwork. Imagine that. The only woman in the,
They
on
probably
the team
take
is
turns.
in charge of the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, who knew? She's got better handwriting. All right. Maybe he wanted to lay up for that 11. Maybe he was hoping to carry a little further for the 12.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I didn't see the 14 there. I'm an idiot. There we go. Great shot. You think that 11 goes, right?
No, I think what she has to do now is make the 12 and go to the long rail on the right, and then the top short rail, and then the long rail on the left, basically coming around 3 rails to get underneath the 11 and the 9. Because I think she's got to be underneath it.
So we're about to see a stroke shot.
I don't think so. I don't think she's doing what I think she should do.
I think that 11 ball goes.
So does she. I don't. But I could be wrong. And I'd say we're about to find out, but that's not really true, too. Yeah, I'll bet you $1. I'm down 2 now, right? Okay. Well, now we need to talk about this. I know you $1.
No.
She hit the 9 first. I mean,
We didn't. It's true. We
But-
didn't determine if it was to make the ball or not. So that's either a no bet, or you could argue that we're even, and I'm fine with either one.
I don't know, because I think technically she could have made it. And we were arguing about whether she could make it or not. I think she proved she could. Pretty sure you win. I just don't like it. Am I allowed to not like it that you won? Let's say you won, but I don't like it.
I prefer that.
Okay.
It's,
All
it's
right.
better for
Well,
me.
I think not only is that what happened, but that's what happened.
All right. Do you play with any players that have a big wind-up even when shooting a soft touch shot?
I know what you mean. No, I don't really, but I do
Uh-huh.
know what you mean. I know the guys you're talking about, yeah.
Where you're like, they're going to cream this ball.
Oh, no.
What is this, home run derby? And then they
Right,
hit this just
right.
beautiful
Yep.
finesse shot.
Yep.
Wow, playing the gap, and I think she got there. This is going to be another touchy shot, but, I mean, if she makes the 9, she's probably going to have a shot on that 8 ball.
Wow, you're right. Yeah, and the 9 goes. It's tricky, but, I mean, it goes.
Good shot, Casey.
Yeah, definitely.
She's looking at the long rail, it looks like. Maybe she's thinking it cut all the way up. I mean, that 2 ball creates a big pocket. She did. Is she going to get there? Oh, man.
Wow.
Great shot there, Casey. It looks like the 8 might carry him off the 4.
Well, yeah, or she actually has an option to cut it because of that 6 ball. I think she could, I mean, if it's cuttable, I think she could fly at it too. She might be able to cut it and have it nick off the 4 ball and have that work.
Get the assist.
Get the assist, yes.
Wow, plays the carom. What a shot for Casey Mink. That was amazing.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Casey, that was really, really strong.
Man,
great out,
Justice
seriously.
finishing strong.
You're now 600 Fargo. Tell your friends.
Ooh.
We
I
just-
think
we just
Casey's
bumped
played
you
some
up.
straight pool.
Yeah, that was nice shooting. All right, so now we have 12 games in the book.
That's right, because that's what 8 and 4 is. It is a natural carom, but I think those are pretty tough to identify.
Oh yeah, geez.
And how you hit them, I mean, just makes it very dramatically. You notice she just cut that ball. She still cut it, like you said. She was
Yeah.
cutting it that direction, but just allowed for the natural assist.
I would say, and I bet you agree, 4 out of 7 times somebody says, "Oh, that's a natural carom." It ain't.
Yeah.
Right? It's just close.
Totally.
But it's nuts. I mean, I hear what he's saying.
It's a
but
natural carom.
yeah,
you
it's
just need
not-
to hit draw.
It's not
you just
natural
need to
until
hit
you
low
make
left.
it and it goes in the pocket, and you're
Yep.
like, "Yes, I knew that was natural." I felt real good about a lot of caroms that I've missed by a 1/4 inch.
Yep, I think that's a good point, Wambra. It's kind of natural if you know how to hit it to allow it to happen naturally.
Yep.
But a lot of those shots require specific touches,
Yep.
which it could be argued makes it unnatural. When I say natural to certain players and they shoot it, and they're like, "Well, that wasn't natural at all." I was like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't give all of the necessary information
Right,
for that to be
right,
natural.
right.
Back to table 1 here.
Did that? Oh, that ball held up. Brutal.
That is brutal. Well, APM falling behind a little bit here. They got 3 games to come back here and kind of keep this thing even. Again, in this team format, it's really important to keep these things close. You want to win everything you can, but the more games you get, the better off
Every
you
game
are.
matters. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's a great shot. Unfortunately, still clogged up 2-year balls.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got it. Well, I don't know. He might be able to go rail first and hit that 1 ball, just real naturally, and then leave the cue ball down there as a safe thing.
I have a really hard time picturing these lines because of the way the cue ball interacts with that first rail.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best ways to line these up for me is using, Joel would yell at me. I call it the SVB system, even though it's an older pool player that SVB has kind of made famous, but it's measuring the distance from the rail and then using that distance again off the rail to create your line.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't remember the player. Sorry, Joel. I should get yelled at because
yeah,
I should know them.
Yeah, no,
I
that
don't
one
wanna give-
good. Yeah.
It's a great
Is
system.
that called
though.
the mirror system?
I believe so.
Yeah, I like that system.
But I think the mirror system can also be just kind of the in and out angle. I think some people describe that as the mirror system. Whereas this one, I think this one is particular for longer, shallower kicks.
Okay.
Or maybe it works the
Yeah, I'll
same.
buy that.
Yeah, buy that.
I like the system.
Me too.
You know what I
Whatever
really
you
like?
want to call it.
You know what I
It's
really
cool.
like?
Pool?
I like practicing that shot 50 times a day for 2 weeks. And then you don't need a system.
And then you don't need to do it. It's true. Do you always throw that? Are you always using inside English, like running English when you're doing that, or are you allowing the rail to pick up a bunch of the English?
I would say most of the time I'm using English, that's for sure, unless I'm hooked and there's a reason I can't use English because I'm trying to slow down the whatever. Yeah, but
That's me too.
Yeah, definitely using running English. I started working on my shots like that because of watching Efren play mainly one pocket, but
Yeah.
Efren shoots the cue ball off the rail into object balls like he's been doing it since he was 12. And like
Maybe
everyone
because
should
he
know how
has.
to do it. So when I saw Efren doing that so naturally, I thought, there's a lesson to learn from that. If you're supposed to be able to make those really easy and effortlessly,
Yep.
I mean, he's not sitting there
Effortlessly.
staring at it trying to make sure he doesn't mess up. It's
Yeah.
just an easy thing to do. Yeah, so
What
I've
blows me
really
away
worked
is
on
how
that.
naturally people see the backside of the ball.
Yeah.
Because that's the part you're supposed to be afraid of. You're
Right,
supposed to be
right.
afraid of missing that way.
Yep.
But one of my favorite one pocket banks is the kick and clip back to my pocket.
Yes, yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, when that's in your bag,
Yeah.
you take away a whole gamut of safeties from the
Yeah.
other player.
How's the tournament running there, Mr. Rick Jones?
Smooth as a baby's butt.
I like it.
Smooth
Let's
as
keep it up. What-
How long's it been since you've seen a baby, Rick? Hey,
He pointed at me.
he pointed right at me.
Oh.
Pointed at both of us.
Oh.
I deserve that. Kind of walked right into that.
Oh.
That's fair. Nice and easy.
Oh, nice
Oh my
shot.
gosh, great shot.
Brutal. Well, that was a great shot.
I guess that's
That
why I
really
was saying nice and easy. It's a bummer when you make that ball and get
Yeah.
stuck behind those. Yeah,
That's right.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick, who is the person that created the kicking the long rail system, where you measure the distance from the rail to the cue ball and then
Or the object ball.
in the object ball?
Created it?
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea who created it, but Tom Rossman teaches it.
It might be the Tom
That's
Rossman.
the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
He does the parallel system and then the double out system or the mirror system. Captain, no system out here. I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to get my game back.
I might have mentioned to Rick that I think the best system for even that is to practice it 50 times a day for 3 weeks, like I just mentioned to you. Summer.
I think
yeah,
that's
I
a really
just
hard
mentioned
thing
to
to
Summer
argue
that I'm
with.
not a big systems guy.
You know the
Yeah.
3 rails? No, you don't know that system yet.
I don't know any
We were
systems.
talking a lot about systems, and I agree with both of you guys because I really like systems, but I like systems as a guideline because I think that people get fixated on their systems
Uh-huh.
and then they're not seeing the line, and I don't want to be.
Oh, ball in hand on the 8
And,
ball.
and the
is that what
reason
just happened?
the reason is
Yeah, brutal.
there's times when you're just not seeing it, and I want something to fall back on. I want something to measure out and say. The long distance system in golf. Oh, and 3 rail in pool. I don't know that I do.
So go into a pull off. Go into like this right corner here.
Uh huh.
Figure out your 3 rail into the other corner. Then mark it on the table. Go back over here and stand. And look across the room. And find a spot on the wall.
APM taking that one down. I'm back to table 2.
Then anywhere you're on the table, shoot to that spot and you'll 3 rail into that corner. It's great for one pocket. He's like, I don't believe it.
No, I do believe you. I know pool halls that have like the spot marked in the room for their one pocket table. Lucky's the place that I used to.
Taught me that one.
Johnny who?
Erdelino, 1971 one pocket champion.
Really?
Champion.
Huh.
He taught me that, and he told me a story of how they went into a pool hall, and he watched this guy, and this guy's over there playing, and he's making all these banks, and he's like, he noticed that he had these spots on the wall. So he went over to the guy, and he says, hey, let's
Pick that up.
pocket tomorrow. I got food in my mouth.
Okay.
He said, let's play one pocket tomorrow. He said, now play for any amount of money you want. The guy said, okay, see you tomorrow, no time. So in the meantime, Johnny and his buddy went in there and moved the table couldn't make a ball.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Now they took off. Talk about a hustle.
That's a pretty good
Ooh.
hustle.
Ooh,
Like,
that worked
one
out
time
good.
You don't know who Johnny Ervolino is?
Yeah. It's because you're holding out on me, Rick. You know, I keep inviting you over
Yeah.
here to come talk to me. I wanted you to share a little knowledge with me. I don't know anyone named Ervolino. He was out of where? You said Cincinnati?
Philadelphia.
Philly?
He's passed away now, but that dude was a riot. He's commentated a lot of pool back in the day.
Well,
Google him and see some YouTube channels.
there's a lot of content out there. It's really, really hard to know. But I would like homework from you, Rick. I'd like some things that I need to watch. I'd totally do that. He's right. What a great shot. I think people don't really realize how tricky that is, but it was really, really important for him to stay low on that ball because there's nothing he can do if he gets above it, and he may have even stayed a little bit too low. I like pushing through this 6 ball, going to the head rail, and coming back out for the 8.
Weather here, yeah, I've definitely got a frog in my throat every once in a while where I'm coughing.
Mike, before you come back on, it looks like I missed one. I have them at 8-5, and I don't think they're racking up the other table. Or maybe they've gone to one table. That could be also. Yeah, Rick, do you play through this to go to the head rail and back out, or do you just take your medicine and take the 8 from up here?
I'd go all the way up.
Why not?
Depending on the angle, I might pull it back. Oh, yeah, he's got plenty on it.
Yep.
But I would have done a draw shot with inside English, throw it to the rail, and spin out and get onto that side.
It's so easy to take all sorts of time to make a decision on that shot, take the shot for granted, 9-5, and end up missing the ball. And I hope you're not taking that as criticism, bud, because I do the exact same thing. Because I'll sit there and puzzle over it, and I tell you my shot percentage plummets when I've taken the time to make what I think is the right decision and then step up and I probably hit the shot too fast. So I feel your pain. Fortunately for you, the stripes are in a pretty precarious position. I like cutting the 11 right now if I have the room to and coming back and trying to break out this 13-14 because I think the 10's going to run into the 11 and I don't feel like I'm guaranteed a shot. But I am guaranteed a safe. So now I play the 11 into the 15-14 and I play my cue ball right to behind the 12. And
live to fight another day, yeah,
Live
and
to
then
fight
wait and
another
see
day.
what they do. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
yeah, relaxing into a nice long game of 8-ball is a great thing to do. All right. I like this. At this point, they've got a 1-rail kick to hope to make that 6-ball. To then have a long 8. You just put yourself in a pretty good position.
Yeah, if they get ball in hand again, I could see putting it by the 12 and just knocking it
Yeah.
to leave behind the 13.
Backside. Nope. Gesundheit. Are you saying make the 12 ball if you can and just hang behind the 13?
No, does he have ball in hand?
Yes.
I would put the cue ball to the right of the 12 ball, hit the 12 ball to the long rail on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
and leave the cue ball directly behind the 13.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just breaking out my next problem set, leaving the cue ball exactly behind the 13.
Totally.
And again, living to fight another day. I'm
I
going to
love
wait,
that.
and then I'm going to try and run out.
Yeah.
What I see players do at this point a lot is they try and run out now and break out the 12-13.
Yeah.
And I just the longer you do this, the more you realize there's just no
Why am I
percentage
taking
in
a
doing
risk?
that. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no reason to take a risk, none
Well,
at all.
Yeah. And what? Yeah, why are you taking your options off the table? That totally makes sense.
You said something that actually relates to it, which is relaxing into a game of 8-ball. What it really is you're trying to finish the game.
Oh yeah.
You're feeling some inner time limit that you're imposing on yourself. Nobody else is.
I
or
better
you're,
win
You're
quick.
guilting about your team's
Yeah.
watching, and you better get this done. And
Yep.
they're wondering why I'm not going for it, so I better go for it. You know, you're following into all these other things that.
And I've thought my way through that too. And at the end of the day, if I am ever self-conscious about how many times I play safe, it's because of what the other player is thinking or what other people are thinking. I don't care about that at all.
Right. Right.
What I'm here to do is win this game.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm going to do whatever gives me the best chances
Yep.
to win this game. Oh, Wambra says you're back with Sippies. You're totally right. On to us.
Back with Sippies? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep. That's something I haven't mastered. The ability to sip and not be audible with a microphone directly in my mouth. I don't know that I like banking this. If I bank like that, I do.
Wow, with natural shape on the 8-ball, huh?
Well,
This was a heck of a match.
it really was. They don't call him a.k.a. the legend, Brian Body.
The legend.
502 at a TKS Tavern for nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our match for tonight. Justice taking this one down at 9-6 against APM. The Shreveport boys weren't able to pull this one out, but they got plenty more match to fight. And the Katy, Texas fellas and gal, there's a gal in each, were able to pull this one down. So they're one step closer to the Roy Spinell and Emma Stewart Award.
I like it.
You know what? We got another match coming up here. We're not going to be commentating, but it is going to be streamed. So if you guys want to watch some more pool, please tune in here at Bad Boys TV.
Yes. You just won't get to listen to our goofy voices.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks for joining
The
us in
new
Texas.
OB Fusion
Pretty
is the
excited.
next
Texas State
evolution
Championship.
of carbon
This is
fiber
Summer Fields
shafts,
Mike D with Bad
featuring
Boys
a
TV.
strong
We're out
carbon
here.
fiber core wrapped in highest grade solid maple. It provides the strength and stability of carbon fiber with the look and feel of a traditional maple shaft. The OB Fusion, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I would like you all to know. Let's see if I can confess on live camera. Oh, I can't. They took our camera away. I would like to confess on live camera that I am a liar. There is not going to be a 10 o'clock match tomorrow. We're going to get started tomorrow around 10:30. Thank you guys for asking. So 10:30 tomorrow. Please tune in on Bad Boys TV. Again, brought to you by OB Custom Cues, the Billiard Shopping Network, Littman Lights, changing the way you see pool. Bad Boys, Fargo, and thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. Good night.